Hi everyone, welcome back to another video. In this video, I'll be reviewing the HP Pavilion laptop 14DV0054TU. If you wish to know about the detailed specifications and have a look at unboxing and initial setup of the laptop, check the video description or click the card appearing now to go to the unboxing video. You can make use of the chapters to navigate to a particular section in this video. The laptop came with Windows 11 and while setting up initially, it did require downloading some extra files. The initial looks and a quick glance give off a feeling of a solidly built metal laptop. However, it couldn't be far from it. It's a plastic laptop disguised as a metal one with a clever paint scheme. This means that there will be a slight amount of flexing. Since my friend lent me this laptop, I have not tried to flex the display. If you lift up one corner of the laptop while holding the other side down, you can observe some amount of flex without having to do anything. Plastic laptops have this issue, and this is not something abnormal in plastic built laptops. I should also mention that there is no creaking sounds or excessive flex like some old HP laptops. Having said that, maybe a sturdier build for the price could have been offered. The hinges are strong enough, but you can't lift up the screen lid without support. The exhaust vents are positioned beyond the keyboard and it will come beneath the display. The laptop weighs in at 1.41 kilograms and is easily portable. On the right side of the laptop, you get a traditional charging port, an HDMI port, USB-A 3.0, and USB-C Thunderbolt 4 port which supports charging as well. But you can't do it using a normal phone charger. There's also a micro SD card slot. I don't understand why laptop manufacturers omit a full-size SD card reader. The Thunderbolt port works well with an adapter, driving display out and other ports that are available on the adapter. HP could have offered one more C port for charging, as it is the standard nowadays. On the left side, you get the 3.5mm jack which supports mic input as well. You also get one more USB-A 3.0 port. All the ports on the laptop were working well and there were no loose contacts on any ports. It's thoughtful that they have added an HDMI port even though there is a Thunderbolt port which supports display out. This is good news for people who often present at venues, as many still rely on HDMI cables and generally speaking USB Type-C Thunderbolt display outs are yet to become mainstream. The laptop's display is a full HD IPS display with 250 nits of brightness. The color accuracy is decent for normal usage, but you might want to tweak it a bit or connect to a better display if you are planning to edit photographs on this laptop. The peak brightness is more than sufficient for brightly lit indoor conditions and if you are sitting near a window. However, if you plan to use it outdoors in the sunlight often, it won't be sufficient. Coming to viewing angles, it is much better than I expected it to be. It's definitely good for a laptop at this price range, as there is not much change in visibility and there are no weird colors when viewed from an angle. So, it would be good enough for a group of friends to sit back, relax and watch a movie on this device. This is my experience with the keyboard and trackpad. I'm not an expert in typing. For my style of self-learned typing, the keys are well spaced out, the key travel is good. Could have been better, but I will take it as I don't feel like not typing at all while using the laptop. I am someone who prefers full-size arrow keys, so I did not like the fact that there is a shrunken one. Having said that, it's not a reason to write off this laptop. I don't like the placement of the delete key to the far right corner, as it's hard to reach while typing. I love the trackpad on this laptop. Just love the size of the trackpad, the gestures and the palm rejection. I used to detest typing on my laptop, especially after I learned how to type. The main issue was the lack of palm rejection on my laptop. This is many steps forward for HP. Don't get me wrong, it's not as smooth as the levels of MacBooks. I did have one main issue with the trackpad though. It was the clicking sound and unnecessary movement in the bottom corners even while lightly tapping on the trackpad. The gestures work perfectly without any confusion by Windows thanks to the size of the trackpad and the precision drivers. The trackpad also worked like a charm while editing videos. This is one of the major determinants while selecting a laptop, and I'm happy to report that it's not disappointing. I will share my notes on my usage of the laptop to determine battery life on the screen right now so that you get an idea of what you can expect. With Wi-Fi and Bluetooth on, consuming some video content, browsing the internet, typing for a while, recording screen, listening to music using speakers, and via Bluetooth earphones, I could get 5 hours of usage before having to plug in for power. If you are turning off wireless connectivity and putting the laptop on low power mode, you can push it for almost 6 hours. But this is still a far cry from what HP has promised for this laptop, which is 9 hours. I think HP should have provided realistic figures in advertising, given that the battery on offer is just a 3-cell, 43 Wh lithium-ion one. For an average user or even a power user in the lower end, this laptop is a good pick. In my usage, I did not feel stuttering while consuming 4K content, editing 4K footage, and opening of multiple applications. I will come back to the 4K video editing. The laptop is powered by the Intel i5 11th generation processor, specifically the i5 1135G7 with a maximum clock speed of 4.2 GHz. The graphics on offer is inbuilt in the form of Intel Iris Xe. I did not game on this device, but I am sure that it can run some low graphics intensive games or some old titles which required less GPU performance. Lightroom and Photoshop work without any issues as well. I must say that I did not use Photoshop for intensive editing. There were no heating issues on normal usage, however, while pushing the laptop it did get warm, especially in the keyboard area. Wi-Fi and Bluetooth performance. Wi-Fi 6 and Bluetooth 5 is offered for wireless connectivity. I was impressed by the Wi-Fi connectivity of this laptop. I could get similar download speeds to that of wired connectivity, and the range of the Wi-Fi was good. And there were no drops in connectivity even when I was far away from the router. Bluetooth connectivity is good as well without any drops. However, the range was not so great, which was expected by me. SSD performance. I used Crystal Disk Mark to check the performance of NVMe M.2 SSD, and I found it to be good, and as expected the read speeds were better. I did copy files to and from the laptop, and that process went on fast as well. So you'll not have any issues with read-write speeds. You can upgrade to a better SSD later on too. 4K video editing performance. The laptop fan kicks in and makes a lot of noise while editing 4K footage. I used DaVinci Resolve to edit a sample footage with a few clips. The laptop gets warm near the fan outlet. It definitely can pull off editing 4K videos and exporting the same. Large projects will definitely take some time, so it's recommended that you stick to 1080p or render videos at night while you're sleeping. I would also suggest to get a cooling pad or leave the laptop in a cool room while rendering videos. I rendered a 5-minute video edited with a few text effects and audio files. It took 28 minutes and 13 seconds to export. If there was a dedicated GPU on offer, it would have been a fantastic future-proof editing machine. The laptop comes with a Bang & Olufsen badging for the speakers, and I did like the sounds coming from the laptop. It's not good for listening to music as the small speakers on the bottom of the laptop doesn't have that much range. It definitely is loud enough for a small size room, and you can hear conversations clearly. Here's a sample of how it sounds. it for the items inside the box. Let's go ahead and boot up the iPad. The webcam is a 720p camera with two microphones on side of the camera. The webcam quality is just average. Here's a sample video recorded using the webcam. Well, this is how the webcam looks like and how the microphone sounds like if you are attending a video conference via your laptop. It's decent and you can have some people. It's quite wide. So if you set it further back, then you can have a few more people. And since the audio output is decent, like I've shown before, I think this is a decent enough laptop for video conferencing. But I'm recording right now using OBS and capturing, but I've seen that the mic, which is around here, there are two mics to the side of the camera. So the mic picks up a lot of background noise. But if you're using OBS to stream, then you can reduce that as well. I hope everything is visible and this is well lit. There is some background light over there and there is the window lighting over here. So it's quite well lit and you can be the judge in this case. Overall, I do like the laptop and how it performs. Just like most of the Windows laptops in the market, this laptop comes with a few bloatware which can be uninstalled easily from the laptop. I like the inclusion of Windows 11, the good keyboard and trackpad, the full HD display with good colors and the decent sounding speakers. However, I don't like the pricing of the laptop at an MRP of 66,999 Indian rupees. For the hardware on offer, it would have been a better deal at somewhere around the rupees 55,000 range, even though I understand that premium pricing could be for the 11th gen processor. I forgot to mention previously that my friend got this under rupees 45,000 with exchange and some discounts from Amazon. For that price, it was definitely a steal. If you're okay with the pricing and can get some discounts, go ahead, as I did not find any issues with the laptop during my extensive usage for testing this device. Anyway, that's my verdict on this laptop. Thank you for watching. See you guys in the next one. Until then, take care and stay safe.